briefly, just to give you an idea, for TNT, we did the medals last year. So blue was first place, ribbon. All the medals are identical. The red was second place. So your kids would all earn one of these if they place.
The first place church?
First place church, we also had that. Now, typically, in TNT, you've got one church. Sometimes we get combined churches, but it's usually one church, so it's not a huge deal. As you get into Trek and Journey,
They're all combined.
they're all combined, and therefore, are we giving out a plaque for each? Well, then that becomes a deficit for us because we're not collecting enough money, in theory. So, and the other question becomes like, even for us, what do you do with the plaques then? If your church wins the plaque, what do you do with them? I mean, does your church display them?
No, they do not.
Right,
Faith
Unfortunately.
Baptist does
right.
not.
So, and we don't, so,
And they're expensive.
they're expensive.
$20 each.
Right, so we started talking. The other thing that we give out is every kid would get a participation ribbon or award. Last year, we had enough of these Bible quiz patches to hand out to the TNT kids.
So we've leapfrogged back.
Right, so we've gone
Over.
old school. I believe we have enough for TNT again this year, and then if they received one last year, we would give them a pin that they could put on it. But after we got to talking, what we think we want to do, because then this is also Trek and Journey have participation pins.
Right.
What we would like to do is, instead of the plaques, we would like to get a lanyard for each of the kids, and coaches. And actually, we'd probably roll it out for coaches this year. But the coaches can also, get the pin. And because the other thing is, just so you're aware, I've looked for patches. It is very hard to find patches. Patches are old school. Nobody makes them anymore. So it's impossible. Lanyards are easier to find. And I think we can probably get something reasonably priced.
Ken's already priced Awana, that we could get lanyards from Awana.
Okay, yeah,
That
so-
say Awana.
That say Awana on it, so we could do that, and we would move then to, so every kid that participates would get a lanyard, and they would get a participation pin, and the coach as well. We would give that to the coach. Then the kids that place, they would also get their ribbon like that,
So
with the medal.
this medal says Bible quiz. This will be the medal we're going to for everybody. For TNT, Trek and Journey. Blue is the first place, red is the second place, white is
White is
third, and they all say Bible quiz. And on the back, we're gonna put a clear label
It'll
that
say
says
TNT or Trek and Journey.
the event, the
Journey.
date,
Yeah,
and the place.
we can do something, yeah.
So that way, we can stock these, we can switch out ribbons if we need to, it'll be easier going forward, and we can source these through Kelly's.
Right, there's a place online that we did, and we can, the nice thing is, because we can buy them in bulk that way if we're putting our own labels on them, and it's a little bit cheaper that way.
So nothing on the ribbon, but color-coded Bible quiz, so we're doing that this year going forward.
That is what we'll do.
TNT Trek Journey for medals,
The
so
other
that's,
thing from your standpoint, they are readily available and you get them in like a week or.
Right,
whatever
yeah,
day, so-
the company we use, I mean, I got stuff in less than a week and I didn't have to pay shipping, things like that. It was a good company, it was good experience, quality metal, I liked it.
yeah.
Um,
So now, participation going forward, Trek Journey, we're in good shape for this year, we're gonna do pins, we're gonna put them on a little certificate card so that they get more than just like a big hearty handshake, thank you for participating. So this will be fourth place, and that'll be
TNT, we
participation.
give medals for fourth place too. We go first through fourth.
Okay,
So, just so they're aware, because they're younger, they want it, I don't know, it means something
does
to
fourth
them.
place mean anything for, no,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, when you're 8, that
Okay.
means something.
So now,
It might be the only medal they ever get in their whole
I
life.
know, like
So
when
in-
they're little,
in
it's,
Journey and Trek, we are not gonna do plaques. It's just a big argument over where it lands, and it's $20 each, and we have too many conglomerate teams, so we're not doing plaques anymore for Trek and Journey.
yeah.
So the
And
question
I,
is,
if you guys are okay, I'd like to forego the plaques and move toward the lanyard and all of that. And if it means something,
we have how many plaques for this year? We could do it this year only, last year for
we have
plaque.
3, I'd have to do another one. But if you guys, if you're not doing anything, I hate to even, I
Well,
don't
'cause-
know.
You, Kelly, you know for a fact that we probably got here at Grace Point 40 or 50 plaques.
Yeah,
And
in a box.
they're not displayed, and they're sitting in a box somewhere.
right, but I think it means something to the kids if they can wear it. Plus, what I'm thinking is, you know, when we have our award night at the end of the year, if those
Right.
kids can come and they've got pins, I think, and I have not discussed this with anyone, and I'm just throwing it out, but games, you could do the same for games. You give them a
Right.
pin for games.
We're gonna talk games after.
You know,
we'll
it
have
would be the same
conversation.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
so that when the kids come at the year-end celebration and they've got their lanyard, they can wear, you know, hey, I did Bible quizzing this year, I don't know.
They don't have
So-
to ruin a shirt with pins.
Well, right, and when you're, when you're little, third, fourth, fifth and sixth grade,
Hats.
that's still, I don't know, I think that's they think that's cool, and it's motivating to
Because
them.
they could also wear the lanyards to Awana too. like-
Right, they could wear it to
So
Awana,
are we
right.
happy with lanyards?
Are
I
we-
think-
So the lanyard is just has a participation pin on it. It doesn't say that they got first place or
No,
Correct.
because if you've got first place, you're gonna have this one.
Bling.
Which again is I've watched kids come at the last night when we celebrate
Oh, they
and they'll
wear 'em.
wear this. They'll wear this, they'll wear their games one, and they'd wear a participation thing if they got it.
So the question is, should we use an Awana lanyard or should we choose a different
Do you know
lanyard? Maybe with,
how many lanyards we could get through Awana? I mean, they're still readily available.
well, Kansas
Yeah,
City had
there's over
50.
1,000.
Okay, and what do we have price-wise on those?
Your price is over is $350.
Okay. So-
My price is about half of that.
Okay, so we'll run the numbers on it. I still think we can work it out. I know we're talking per kid instead of one, but I think we're gonna be okay per.
If a young person got the medal, would you also give them the lanyard?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
so you're not gonna,
but you're only getting the lanyard your first year. Beyond that, then you're getting pins.
Pins.
We're not giving a lanyard every year.
So the
It's that
coaches,
initial investment.
coaches
It's
will
the
all get
initial
their
investment.
so this year, coaches will all get their lanyard with their name tag on it
Yeah.
for quizzing this year. If you want to give them back to us, we'll take them back. If you want to keep them forever, then you'll get, you
Then
know,
we would do the
the
pins.
pins each year.
And
And so the pins
We
that we're
still
looking at-
have pins here too, for coaches. So we have these, and it's like for Bible quiz, so if you're a coach for 1 year, you'd get the 1-year pin, and we have 1 through 5, and then we have a 7-year and a 10-year. I have no idea why it goes that way.
So what we'd like to do is literally put the pin box out, and you can swap
Right,
out your
you can-
pins each year as you're coaching. So
Right.
you get your lanyard and you get your pin, and that's your coach's gift. If you want to give it all back to us, that's fine. If you want to keep it, then you get a new pin each year, or swap out your pin. We'd like to try and
But
do
it ends
that.
at 10.
Yeah, I know.
And then you have to retire and let someone else go.
You
So
guys
now,
have 210?
as far as the students go,
I'm fine
our
with-
thought
I
was
don't
this,
care.
there's a lot of pins that are available. Our thought was maybe the first year, TNT Trek Journey, they all get a little cross pin. Put that on the
Right.
The second year, we would do maybe the fish, the Ixthus pin, and then do that for everybody the next year. The third year, we'll pick a different one, a dove. The fourth year, we'll pick something else. And so each year, the participation pin is a different pin for their
Oh,
learning.
yeah, that's.
And everybody, TNT Trek Journey gets that, and then once we get to like 6 years, we can have the pin thing there and let them choose which one they don't have, or maybe whatever it is.
Or they
So
really love the dove, they get to.
they get to,
Right.
whatever that looks like.
But pins,
so.
I think, are more readily available. Patches, I can't find. Pins and lanyards are readily available. You
So
could-
how does that sound for participation?
Is
Yep,
everybody
Sounds
happy
good.
with
yes,
that?
okay, and then
so we're gonna skip
we're gonna give
plaques.
a little tiny piece of paper so that the pins are going on a certificate thing, so they're not just gonna be handed like this, a pin, as like.
Because they'll lose it.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So
so
we'll put it
we
on a
work that
little-
out too.
I'm pretty sure all the parents will appreciate pins versus patches.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
exactly.
Pretty sure.
Well, thank you, and I think cost-wise, we're gonna come out okay. I don't
I
think we
think
have
we'll
to
be
change
okay.
registration fees
No.
over this. I think we're gonna be
We
fine.
won't this year anyway.
Not,
Right,
not
no.
this year for sure, there's not gonna be any changes.
It should be good. We just need to run the numbers on
The way
future and what we think.
Right.
And we'll know that as soon as registration comes in. So if you guys, if you think of it, get online and register
So we'll
as soon
just
as possible.
decide what lanyard we wanna use, whether we wanna use a Awana, or whether we wanna use something from Crown, if you can find something that
Yes.
says specifically Bible Quiz or something like that.
Right, I'll
Good.
take a look.
Thank you, I know that was a lot to work through, but this is part of Great Lakes Ministries. Warren, do you wanna say a few words about GLM before, welcome from the
Before you-
winter
before you guys-
wonderland there?
Great Lakes Ministries is the umbrella organization for all the Bible quizzing, games, Youth Quest. Thank you. Talking to them.
Your head was just ginormous.
I liked it. It was kind of.
Don't look behind the curtain.
So anyway, the reason we kind of had to do this for insurance purposes, we used to be covered by insurance through Awana or through one of the churches or whatever. And this way we have an organization that covers insurance, especially for camp, which is also in a Great Lakes ministry. Great Lakes Bible Camp also falls under this as well. So this will be the organization that does all this. Now, I'm the head of it. I don't do very much work. Pauline does most of the work on the quizzing side of it, along with Kelly. They do a phenomenal job. Dave and Jay have done so much with the games. They've just really taken over and done a fabulous job with doing all that. But with this organization and our website, if you remember one thing walking out of here today, make sure you have the website, which Jay put together, he's an IT guy, he's phenomenal. But the website, GreatLakesMinistries.org, and that will have our schedule, our dates. If you have a question for one of us, if you look on that site, you will probably find the answer. If you don't, there's a contact information, you can write us, and we will get it up there. Because if you're asking a question, other people probably have the same question. We'll get that information on there. It'll be the one site that has everything. And also on that site, we have the game books. If you have quizzing questions, if there's quizzing information, we'll make sure that that's on there. Pretty much your applications to apply. He's got online registration, which we've never had before. We've come into the 21st century, or are we still in the 19th? I don't know. But anyway, we've moved up tremendously with that. And we'll be using the same site for camp registration. So it's going to be really good. So anyway, pray for us too. And I'm really thankful you, Kelly, I think you said it. The reason we do this is so the kids get grounded in the Word. They know the Scripture. They know forward and backward. We